Final review, question number 7. Find a function of the form y equals a sine bx minus c plus d, or y equals a cosine bx minus c plus d, whose graph matches the function shown below. So as you can see here, I have a function and I can immediately spot the midline. So I'm going to graph the midline right here. And the midline is going to help me determine whether this is going to be a sine function or a cosine function. And then immediately I can tell that this is a sine function. So this is a sine function, or I can basically circle the first one. The amplitude for this function is basically 3. So a is equal to 3, positive 3, because it's in the correct orientation of sine. The period in this case, I'm going to look at either 2 tops or 2 bottoms, or I can measure basically one period like this one. So it's clearly 4 is equal to 4. The unit is equal to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I can say basically 1, 2, 3, 4. So the period is 4. Since the period is 4, I can find b. I know that the period is equal to 2 pi over b, and I have the period 4, 2 pi over b, so I can solve for b basically by switching these two. So I have b equals 2 pi over 4, reduce, you get pi over 2. So b is pi over 2. The phase shift, which is the horizontal shift, there isn't a horizontal shift, so the phase shift is 0. And since the phase shift is equal to c over b, and we know that the phase shift is 0, that means c is 0. So c is 0. The vertical shift, I know that the midline has moved 1 unit, so the vertical shift is positive 1. So d is going to be positive 1. So the equation is going to be y equals a, which is 3 sine bx. B is pi over 2x plus 0 or minus 0 plus 0, which can be written as 3 sine pi over 2x. We can leave it like that. Given the equation y equals 8 sine 4 times x minus 6 plus 3, we're going to find the information here. So before I move on, I need to distribute the 4 here, because that is the 4 I'm used to. So I will have y equals 8 sine 4x minus 24 plus 3. I can determine B, C, and D. So B is 4, C is 24, and D is 3. The amplitude, this is A, so the amplitude is the absolute value of A, which is basically 8 in this case. The period is 2 pi over B, which is 2 pi over 4, and that will lead to the period pi over 2. The horizontal shift is c over b, and from the equation we have c is 24 and b is 4, so the phase shift is 6, so it's going to move 6 units to the right. The midline is y equals the vertical shift, so d, and that will lead to y equals 3 is the midline. And we found all of the information.